Greetings. We continue today our study of the book of Revelation. We're in chapter 18. Today we'll begin the judgment of economic Babylon part 2. This is the first section. We'll be reading verses 9 through 19 for the text. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city! For in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise any more. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet, all thy fine wood, and all manner of vessels of ivory, and all manners of vessel of most precious wood, and of brass, and iron, and marble, and cinnamons, and odors, and ointments, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beast, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves, and souls of men. And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee. All things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. The merchants of these things, which were made rich by her, shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen, and purple, and scarlet, and decked with gold, and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. And every shipmaster, and all the company and ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads, and cried weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea, by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour she is made desolate. Again, a comparison of Revelation 18:16 to Revelation 14:17:4 will make it clear that this is the continuation of the judgment of the great whore. So again, in chapter 17, in part 1, we considered the four stated reasons why we have this economic judgment upon Babylon. We've studied self-righteousness here in Revelation 18:5 and self-glorification in 18:7. Now we'll consider the third reason, and reason 4 will be found when we get to part 3 of this series. The third reason is self-gratification. This has always been the telltale sign that distinguishes false religion from true religion. False religion is self-gratifying. True religion is God-gratifying. A simple test to evaluate whom is being gratified by the service toward God, which is alleged to be rendered toward him as service, is these two questions. Is God satisfied with it, or are we satisfied with it? And I submit that so much of the religious world today has shifted from seeking what is satisfying to God to simply doing what is satisfying to self. The mourning by the kings of the earth is given to us in verses 9 and 10. And the kings of the earth, they shall weep aloud over her, and they will strike the breast themselves over her. The ones having committed immorality and having lived luxuriously with her, whenever they should be seeing the smoke of her particular burning. From far away, having stood and continuing to stand because of the fear of her particular torment, saying, Woe, woe, the great particular city Babylon, the strong particular city, because in 1 hour your particular judgment it came.